what we got from online Jama, inshaAllah, mashaAllah, somebody sent some pictures. Our Jama were great. They were wearing the SMC and going to different majlises, sitting in the front row. It was very nice, very beautiful. Get your SMC stuff and go out in other people's associations. Be proud of it, show it, and be everywhere. Because you go places, oh, you were Shaykh Nurjan, because they watch the videos. You know, it's like the people have like a closet love, they're hiding it. Why are you hiding it for? Get out there and show it. That becomes your struggle, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum, dear Shaykh.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
So if a person is subjected to constant humiliation, is it because we are still a strong one? And does the humiliation start diminishing as we move towards being zero?
InshaAllah. Yeah, the tougher the steak, the more the grinding. Right? Everyone's got to be hamburger. But some people come, oh, I'm T-bone, I'm prime rib, I'm a very special person. Do you know my dream, Shaykh? You want to tell me my dreams? You want me to tell you my dreams? I said, no, I don't want to hear your dreams. Already you're big enough. You want to tell me now you see the whole universe at your feet? I'm not interested. Means yes, everybody comes to the way thinking themselves to be great. So we find in our lives the grinders rolling. So depending upon how much we have of arrogance, how much we have of pride, how many edges on our stone needs to be polished, then the polishing begins. So in our life, again, because we have a lot of Eastern emails coming for people whom are oppressed. So we clarified oppression versus humiliation and humility. Oppression, you don't have the means to defend yourself or protect yourself. So Eastern cultures may be aggressive against certain people, women and children. They're going to start emailing and keep saying, yeah, this is my test of humility. No, this is oppression. You make du'a, Allah answers the du'a of oppressed people. Humiliation is you got resources, you have strength, you have ability to speak, nobody's going to harm you, they're just going to agitate you, and you choose for Allah's sake, I'm going to stay quiet.
As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. InshaAllah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans, Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Or I'm not going to be combative and I'm not going to be aggressive. Means Allah says, you had a choice, and as a result of your choice you submitted and you turned your affair over to Allah, and you keep trying to keep the peace, keep trying to keep and make peace, because if you open your mouth it will go out of control everywhere. So you try to keep muslihun, where Allah loves the one whom makes peace. So that becomes very clear. If we're coming new to tariqah, well, we're coming like very big stakes, we're this, I'm a big fish in my small pond. But now when you're coming to Allah's ocean that has infinite capacity, it's very difficult for people to feel that ocean of nothingness. They had all these plans, all these aspirations, all these hopes, all these titles for themselves, and to be put into Allah's oceans of infinite grace and infinite size, you become infinitely small in that ocean. So the state of annihilation is not easy for people. So continuous humiliation, they feel, oh, this is embarrassing, oh, this is embarrassing. We said before in our path, we came, with the best of clothes, the best of lifestyles, the best of everything, and we went to a zikr, and they convinced me to dress a different way, and they took me to go buy slippers that you would wear for the toilet, the wash area. Yeah, these very funny plastic ones. So you have to wear that everywhere. So really, I gotta wear these things everywhere? So yeah, so I put that on. They went and got me shower kameez, but I guess it was like a almost see-through shower kameez, very cheap one. And I put this shower kameez and I went home. My mom almost killed me. What the heck is this? What's this? Look, he says, I said, this is it. I've denounced the world. So that was very humiliating. And so I started to walk all over the West LA like that. So, there's going to be a big change in people's lives, and they can deem that to be humility. And then, alhamdulillah, when I met Maulana, it's like, you don't have to do that. You can dress like this, you can wear the Sunnah Turkish style, nice suits, nice this. So it means that there's always going to be a change from our background into something new. And we deem that to be humiliating or humbling, and whatever it is, you go through that process. But the arrogance and pride that people may have and never knew that it existed, then those have to be brought down, and they may think that this is a continuous humiliation. But that's unique to each person's case in life, what they think or what they deem as humiliation, and how much they're willing to sort of be patient and humble themselves, and all the different characteristics, to sit amongst people, to not show your title to people, and then everybody assuming that, oh, these people that sit with the shaykh, they're nobodies. No, they come from various backgrounds and various educations, and it's not that. They took a path in which to efface themselves and humble themselves. So this is a lifelong process. Once we learn that, and then we carry that forward in everything that we do in our lives. That we're humble at work, we're humble with community members and people, and Allah loves the humble character, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum, Sayyidi.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
So if we have a dream about someone else that is beautiful, should we tell them or not?
No, we just started with that. Yeah, because that can make a sickness for the ego, that the ego wants us to be recognized. So remember, the ego is trying to sit on the chair, and if it's battling with three, it comes to you and says that, look, your soul's sitting on the chair and making everything very bad for us. Let me sit on the chair and handle you for a little bit. As soon as the ego sits on the chair, it wants to do something to get you recognized. Because you all of a sudden sit in a group and start saying, I had a dream about you doing like this and this. That no longer is a soul sitting on the chair, because the soul says, I got private information from Allah just for the sake of my inspiration. But the ego, when he took the chair, he now got identified, and now everybody started coming in the room, say, oh, did you dream about me? And oh, no, you may have a special status. Do you do this all the time? You dream all the time? And now you can see, now the ego took the chair and loves it. This is great. And then I'll start making up some dreams, and people will come even more and sit around and try to get an inspiration from me. So anything that we think would potentially identify us is to restrain from it. And the exception is the shaykh has to use the tools that was given to him for guidance. And it's not for bragging, it's not for anything other than people to come for guidance. But when others do it and they're not the shaykh, you're drawing attention to your chair, right? So out of the understanding of the chair, anytime the soul sits on the chair, it doesn't want any attention. So something that should have got a lot of attention, if the soul can get onto the chair, actually will go completely unnoticed. Because the soul will make the chair to be not recognized at all. So they can have immense spiritual experience. If the soul's sitting on the chair, nobody left and right would know what happened. So those are the characteristics of the soul sitting on the chair. That it extremely humbled, extremely sort of effacing of itself, and puts itself within difficulties amongst people. Then you know the soul is on that person. That goes into situations. There's many stories of awliya that people would come and curse at them, yell at them, throw things at them, and they would stay quiet and say nothing. And then when they were sick, that person would go to visit them. So, what are you coming here for? Oh, every day I was coming and bothering you for where you were working and throwing things at you. And that soul comes and says, well, today I heard you're sick, I'm coming to see how you're doing. And the person starts to cry. This is the Shaykh Imam of the Budala. They wrote one of his stories in qissas, that he was bothered by a lot of people but always remained very humble. And when somebody who bothered all the time got sick, he heard he got sick, he went there to see him and visit him. And he was so ashamed that, you're coming to see me and all I did was to bother you. And he's crying and crying and crying and asked for repentance and accepted him as his shaykh. So it means that these are the incredible examples of when the soul sits on the chair, it's something completely different. And that's when is most important, is to get the soul to sit on the chair and make sure that the ego is not sitting on the chair. So in a life event we have, just ask yourself, who would benefit on this chair if I was to do that? The soul? No. Would the ego benefit? Definitely. Shaitan? Definitely, because shaitan will now start to use that and start to propagate to people, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam.
As you had just mentioned, we want to fight for this way and for our shaykh. So can we defend this way or better to keep silent?
Defend this way? No, you have to fight for yourself. I gave the example as the shaykh is that I have 25 years of fighting. That each step of the way there was somebody, there's videos of it was so intense in the tariqah, the Shaykh Nazim had to release a video that this Nur Muhammad website is authorized, his books are authorized, that he has ijazah and poop on their heads if they talk. They had to release a video because so much attacks. So this was our struggle, this is our struggle. The student has to uphold the understanding that, hey, I want to be like my shaykh and I want to struggle. So I want to wear my identifying image because I identify with my shaykh and I want to carry that with me. I want to send out his videos, they're about love, we're not talking any aggression. And these people don't like videos of love, with something sick in them. Doesn't hurt anyone, you don't belligerent, you don't lose your character, you don't start yelling and screaming, you merely share the video. And when they talk, you share Qur'an. Don't open your mouth and start typing bad things, right? When they start making bad comments, take Ayatul Kareem from ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT, which ayahs of Qur'an address bad character? And then post those to the group and let the Qur'an speak to them. That way you save yourself from typing bad things and saying bad. Then you entered in now into shaitan's abode. And you let the videos talk for themselves, the Qur'an will talk to them, hadith will talk to them. Some of our guys post hadith back. I say, what do you mean? The seeking of knowledge was mandatory in the hadith and it was the highest abode, and that the angels all the way to the fish in the ocean praise the one whom seeks divinely knowledges. So yeah, it's a part of education, because when we were doing it for our shaykh, we had to educate ourselves. Because our fights were against the Wahhabis. So our life was continuous that. The shaykh would send me to conferences for Wahhabis and say, go make a booth for salawats. Well, Wahhabis, they completely don't allow and don't agree with the salawat and nasheeds. And this was 30 years ago, 25 years ago. As soon as we put on the booth, we put the salawats, they would come to attack and try to be physical. And we say, oh, you can't touch here, this is America, you can't do these things. And they would call security, they would call all sorts of things just to stop it. So life was a continuous struggle. Then publish all his Wahhabi books, anti-Wahhabi books. We would take them to conferences in tens of thousands and distribute them against the Wahhabi movement. And it was a great struggle because the surface of Islam changed in America as a result of those books and those teachings, and the ability not to stay quiet. Because the mass majority of Muslims said, oh, just let them stay quiet, who cares what these Wahhabis say, and they basically destroyed the deen. They made everything to be haram, everything to be forbidden. So we took the books, we would put them out, we take flyers, put them out, he would put the magazines, we all would distribute the magazines around the country. They were sending them to the people in Vancouver, they were sending them to everywhere. So this was the system, is you had something to believe in and something you had to struggle for. But now people are bizarre that, why do we have to struggle? Why is it like this, Shaykh? What was this, is no peace? Something must be wrong? I said, no, your understanding got lazy. You made it like it's McDonald's drive-through. You have to struggle for something in life to get a reward from Allah. Otherwise, why Allah going to reward you for that day? I tried to keep my faith, I tried to keep the practices and the belief that I had and I have in the overwhelming tide of negativity, and tried to bring people towards the light, inshaAllah. Otherwise you stay quiet, then the darkness just overtakes everything. Until the people of light, they're all quiet and the darkness is everywhere. Our life is about lighting a match in every room. As soon as there's a darkness somewhere, just put a match and a light. What is the power of light? No matter how dark it is, all it needs is one piece of light. The miracle of light is that it moves and dissipates in its space, right? And the black and the darkness can't overtake it, can't shut the light out. That's why shaitan then encourages you, stop it, go away. Say, no, I'm here to put the light, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, we see those who mentally torture others. Why are they so happy in their lives?
Mentally tortured others? Yeah, give it time. Then Allah is the best of those who keep a hisab. And what you understand of people being happy and what the reality is completely different. So only now through social media they'll talk about, oh, these people, this was an influencer, this was like this was like this, and they later reveal, no, this person actually was very sick, mentally tormented, had social problems, family problems, suicidal problems throughout their family. So we don't know what Allah is doing on the side, what's happening to people's lives, and the sense that they have no peace at night to sleep. Don't look at what somebody is posting and think, oh, they got everything, but their nights are filled with torment. Many can't sleep at night and they take medicines and drugs to stay up all night long, and they can't sleep, they can't find peace, they're tormented in their mind. So there is no peace other than what Allah sends to people. So they had pop stars who were super famous pop stars. He had to take medicine that would put him into a coma so he could sleep at night. So what happiness is that with all the wealth on earth that they amassed? So peace and true tranquility only comes from Allah. Everything else may have the illusion of success and tranquility, but we don't know what type of torment is taking place in their homes. So they posted something on this Rockefeller and said, oh, look at the amassing of Rockefeller. He was so tormented that Allah put into his heart, he was tormented on a daily basis thinking he wouldn't have money the next day. He was so tormented by it that he couldn't eat, he had suicidal tendencies, and all his families inherited that shaitan. So they never could enjoy the wealth, they were tormented under the thought that tomorrow would end, and they would go around pick up the crumbs out of the fear. How you could have fear that your money is going to finish tomorrow unless it's coming from Allah. Allah releases, the shaitans attack the person, and billion in the bank, and he thinks tomorrow he's not going to have his food. As a result he can't eat, he couldn't sleep, and all his family had suicides and all sicknesses of the same sickness, the same shaitan. So there's no peace for people. It's all an illusion, the sense of peace. What Allah inflicts upon the mind and the body and the spirit of people if they come against the heavens. So true tranquility is the one whom struggles in Allah's way, and Allah grants them a sakina because Allah is happy with them. Because where did your soul go at night? When you wash, it goes back to the throne of Allah. When Allah is happy with that servant, He grants them a sakina, a tranquility that come, oh the nafs that is pleased with me and I am pleased with you, come to my presence. And that grants them an immense tranquility and beatific tajallis upon their souls, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Is going to sleep similar to a portal? And when demonic portals open on dunya, what will be seen? We love you, Sayyidi.
Thank you. That was quick, huh? Sleep like a portal, and what are demonic portals? Sleep is a phase of death, so definitely is a portal. Means for the people who want to understand portals, means these are like dimensions and openings. So sleep is a great opening and is the worshipness and a state of worshipness. And the sleep of an oppressor is ibadah, is worship. Because he bothers people when he's awake. So better when he sleeps, then it becomes a mercy upon creation. Means that sleep has a tremendous blessing and is an immense opening. So the one whom washes and does all their worshipness and everything, the sleep can be a very beatific state. And many things will be dressed upon the soul of that servant. In tariqah there's not too much permission to see it because of the lofty abode. The ability to comprehend what's been seen and not to discuss it back onto the earth. So these souls from the tariqah, then they're veiled as they go up. So like men in black, they sleep, their memory will be washed before they come back down. So that not to discuss what was revealed of realities at that abode. So that's something different, so it has an immense power. And the portals of shaitan are everything. You go to a concert, that's a portal for shaitan. The television is a portal for shaitan. The radio is a portal for shaitan. So there's energies coming through their vibrations. It comes through music, comes through television, comes through everything. Now can you avoid those portals? No, because this is modern world, we can't go live into the woods, in the mountains. Then how do you counter it? Is by opening the heavenly portals. So you put on once, twice, 3 times a week the zikr in the room, in the living room, the same living room you're watching TVs on, put the YouTube on. So that the energy of the zikr is coming into the home, the portals from paradise come into the home, the beings that are coming from these zikrs, they're coming into the home and begin to wash the atmosphere, the energy of the room. Same with the nasheeds and salawat and Holy Qur'an, that when you play them into the home, they cleanse the energy that was brought by all the sounds and music that the children are listening to or people are listening to. So we can cleanse the environment and then you can begin to clean it. Like say, okay, those things I don't want played in the house because it's all cursing, so that's going to bring horrific energies into the house. So then everything you start to wash and clean and sort of clarify what type of energies you want. So definitely everything is a portal and an energy. And Prophet ﷺ described the zikrs, they are the portals of paradise, circles of paradise. So immense realities. If we could just see what types of lights and what type of spiritual beings come from these associations, and what type of barakah and benefit they bring within our homes, within our food, within our souls, within every type of environment, how they're blessed, and how that environment completely changes by the tajallis of zikr and the tajalli of paradise, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Can you please explain the importance of reciting Allahu, Allahai, Allahai Ya Qayyum 7 times?
Oh, where did you hear that one? That come from Zishan? Yeah. No, just you should recite it. Allahu, Allahai, Allahai Ya Qayyum. It's 7 times onto your heart. Allahu, Allahai, Allahai Ya Qayyum. And this to open the heart. So when you want to sit and meditate and contemplate, Allahu, Allahai, Allahai Ya Qayyum. And that asking Allah to open the heart and the lataif of the heart, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum, Sayyidi.
Walaikum salam.
Sayyidi, since instruments produce frequencies, are these tools we can use to elevate our floor to go up?
Instruments? Like what instruments? Because the hadith of Prophet ﷺ is that the instruments are forbidden. Right? Because again, for the same logic, the Prophet ﷺ is the master of all realities, and he knows that these instruments, the vibration that they're going to cause most likely is not going to be heavenly vibrations, because the overwhelming tide of music and music that you're going to be playing is not going to be salawats. So you're going to play dunya music that through your power of manifestation, you're now bringing that energy from your power of manifestation into your presence. So unless you're going to be playing salawat and you have somebody wrote that for you with that instrument, then it can be difficult. So that you have to be careful of, because Prophet ﷺ warned us. Why? And you see the hikmah of it, because the overwhelming musical scoreboard is going to be very negative songs. So you're starting to play these frequencies and all these negative, and maybe 1 or 2 salawat, and then again all these negative, then these energies are going to affect until people get too caught up in it and they're so attracted by the sounds and they play more harder vibrations and lower tones, and before you know that energy is affecting them. So I think the videos on understanding that, so that you can answer that for yourself, is what do they call the videos? Chromatic? Is it chromatic or cymatic? The science of sound and vibration? Cryometic? Cymetics? It's something with a S-C-Y, cymetics, cryometic, something like that. Google it. They take sound and they put it against materials. So they have these little foam balls, they put the sound on and it all of a sudden turns into a star, turns into different shapes and forms. Now they have videos where they're doing that on water, and the water's changing forms based on the vibration. So just the understanding of that, now their science is coming out and showing the direct relationship between vibration and the effect on form. So then these vibrations, they affect the blood, because what's the water in humans is the blood, the cells, everything. 90% towards the negative, because the most vibrations on the lowest frequencies are designed to cause a difficulty to the heart. So I think they mandated, Rockefellers, that music be played on certain notes, and those notes were low and harmed the heart. Those same teachings will come out that certain vibrations can heal. So they'll play those vibrations to again heal the cells and the body, the blood, which is all the water of the body. So those knowledges will come out, and until those come out, then the zikr, the salawats, the nasheed have tremendous healing. Just the sound and the vibration of the nasheeds, it resets the cells and the blood and the body of insan, and recalibrates the heart and all of the essential organs. Because once you're cleaning the blood through the chanting and through the zikr and through the energies and vibrations of the shaykhs that are coming out, that blood is going into the heart, recalibrating, cleansing the heart, cleaning the dirtiness on the blood. From the heart it'll push out clean blood to all 11 organs. So their breath, their energy, everything being cleansed. That's why we do the zikr. So when you watch those sciences, now you understand why Prophet ﷺ described these are circles of paradise, they're healing. So they turn these things on and things move. So then imagine when you're saying Allahu, what's happening with the body? What's happening with the energy of the body and the soul of the body? So very powerful realities, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, what can we do when we try to lead by example by pressing the elevator up, but a large part of the family is always pressing the elevator down? The children seem to be so affected by the surrounding. How do we shield the children from family pressing the elevator down that you cannot avoid, such as anger, violence, bad words?
Yeah, that becomes the great struggle. So then we see now that we have this understanding of the elevator, so these complex Islamic Sharia understanding, very simple as the elevator. So what do you do in your life to counter the elevator to go up? If you know what we call muhasabah, on a daily basis you take an accounting, right? So they would teach you, make an accounting every day, how many good you did, how many bad you did. So then you kind of figure on general basis, for example, that this family is going to push the button 5 times down today. So you want to counter them. You want to have the family doing at least 10 floors up. So it means that you try to get them to pray together. Sit down, do an awrad with us, let's do 100 salawats today. Let's do the 10 Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahims today. Let's do anything we can do to get this button to go up. Let's go on the weekend, we're going to go out and give food with the kids. All of what we're doing, try to get the children to do it. So that those hasanats and goodness means they went up 20 floors. So okay, they're going to go down 5 or 6 floors throughout the week, it's going to be a given, nobody's going to continuously go up. So now they're doing drumming, get them to participate. As soon as they do the drumming, then naturally they start to recite because they have to keep the rhythm of what they're drumming. So inevitably they're going to start to recite as they drum. Well, now this is a huge hasanat for them. Maybe before they were just kind of like sitting there saying, what are we supposed to do there tonight for 3 hours? So then it picks up a tremendous blessing. Do that at home. So everything that's being taught and how we're trying to motivate the adults is the same way the shaykh is doing. Go out and give food so that you can get these barakas and these blessings. Go and click and put out some of the articles so you can get these blessings. Same way you turn around to your children and say, okay, why can't you do some of these salawats? Why can't we sit down and do like an awrad? Let's go and sit down as zikr night tonight, everybody come and sit and we'll go get like ice cream, or I'll give you an ice cream treat after. So you have to make something of it. So like with the men, you have to imitate the shaykh. So with the men we give them ice cream cake. Right? They get excited, sheikh's in town, we're going to get ice cream cake. Right? Exact same system. So same logic, Allah promising you paradise. So you came into Islam thinking, oh we're going to do these things and get paradise. So he said the same thing, then give your children a paradise in Ramadan. They want cash. So I'm going to give you cash for every prayer you did at home, teach your children to pray. Give them cash. Allah promising you paradise, what's the difference? Some people say, we can't pay the children to pray. So why? Allah paying you to pray by giving you paradise. So make a system that you're going to get this cash but you don't get the cash. You get a credit for your allowance so that I can control what are you spending this on. Go buy at the SMC store. You can buy asa. This month you saved enough, you can get a ring. But you teach the children as Allah's teaching us, and you motivate. If you see how the shaykh operates, he's trying to motivate people so that the religion is very fresh for them, very exciting for them. It becomes something beatific for them. And the same system inshaAllah, that everybody should learn from that and make their children to be motivated. And again, you do the best you can till they're 15, 16, 17, and the rest is in Allah's hands. That at 17 they're going to come up with their own ideas and their understandings, and you did the best you can with Allah, and that's all that is possible. If at that point they decide they're going in different directions and they want to do this or that, at least we gave the foundation in life the best possible example. So with love, with good character, and the establishment of that love is an immense anchor to always pull people back. Because if the relationship is hard, and we know by 17 those devils become strong that try to pull the children away. If the anchor of love is not there, it's like a ship that's just waiting to escape. It's just waiting to go and never look back. But when the anchor is so strong with love, then always that love will call them back. Oh, this was my dad's way, I got to go back to it, I got to struggle to get back to that. So inshaAllah that we're always inspired to teach through love and build a very strong relationship based on love. Now they may not adhere, but at least the love lock them in. InshaAllah with our good deeds and efforts and continuously always trying, the love pulls them back inshaAllah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wa hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa wa basir Surat al-Fatiha. الشفت يا رسول الكريم آمين بالنيات ختم خواجگان inshaAllah.
Many people are asking for bayat.
For bayat, yeah, inshaAllah. So we make intention for bayat in Naqshbandi way under Sultan al-Awliya Mawlana Shaykh Abdul Faiz al-Daghestani, Sultan Shaykh Muhammad Nazim Adil Haqqani, under Mawlana Shaykh Muhammad Adil, under the barakah of Mawlana Shaykh Hisham Kabani, Shaykh Adnan Kabani. InshaAllah. Fa'auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Innal ladhina yubayyunaka yubayyunullah yadallahi fawqa aydihim faman aqada fa innama yaghuthu ala nafsi waman awfa bima ahad alayhi Allah fasayatun ajran azim. Radi billahi rabban wa islami deenan wa bi sayyidina Muhammadun sallallahu alayhi wa sallam rasulun wa nabiyyun wa bi Qur'ani kitaban wallahu ma naqulu wakeel walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. قبلنا بسيدنا سلطان الأولياء من الشيخ عبد الفايز الداغستاني، سلطان الشيخ محمد ناظم عادل الحقاني، مولانا الشيخ محمد عادل، في بركة مولانا الشيخ هشام كباني، الشيخ عدنان كباني، والسائر وسادتنا والصديقين. الفاتحة. Allahu 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 Haq. Allahu 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 Haq. Allahu 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 Haq. حق يا ربي يا الله إلى شرف النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى أصحابه الكرام ولمشايخنا في طريقة النشبندية العلية، خاصة روح ممتلكة غوث خليكة شان نشبند محمد ويسي البخاري، سلطان أولياء الشيخ عبد الفايز الداغستاني، سلطان الشيخ محمد ناظم عادل الحقاني، مولانا الشيخ هشام كباني، الشيخ عدنان كباني، الشيخ محمد عادل، مع عبد الخالق الخجتواني، صاحب زمان سيدنا محمد المهدي عليه السلام، روح الله سيدنا عيسى عليه السلام، سيف الله سيدنا عليه السلام، ثم سيدنا أبو بكر الصديق، سيدنا عمر، سيدنا عثمان، إمام الحسن عليه السلام، إمام الحسين عليه السلام، سيداتنا فاطمة الزهراء عليه السلام، سيدنا إمام هموغيا الحسيني، سيدنا إمام الحسن عليه السلام، شامة الفرداني، عبد الرؤوف اليمني، يوسف الصديق، إمام العارفين، لسان المتقالمين، عرف تيار معروف بن برهان برهان كم غوث الأنام، صاحب الوقت سيدنا محمد المهدي عليه السلام، وسائر وساداتنا والصديقين. الفاتحة.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans, Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments, and please share the stream. Every bit counts. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.